Hello everyone, good morning to you from Autopolis, Kyushu. It's a very cold day here in this very fine hillside circuit. Welcome everyone to round 3 of the 2024-25 Hololive GT3 Japan series. We're going to be racing at the Autopolis 400, but first, well, actually, we are going to be racing here. It's for Split A this time. So let's take a look into the track map to see how the track looks like. Of course, we are going to be dealing with around 4.6 kilometers. It's a track is of course a common fixture in aero competitions. Since 2022, we get to see lots of car manufacturers winning here. Of course, Lexus obviously dominated in 2022, and Honda has had their fair share of victories here. Except Nissan though, who have been struggling at this track with a win. But let's see if fortunes will change for the car manufacturer. Anyways, 19 corners, lots of variety here, lots of elevation changes. 44 laps here is going to be the expected lap count. And so they're going to target lap time. It's not going to be even a 147.97. Might be actually a 146.9 after some testing. It's also Sakamoto Floyd's final race as an active Hololive member, but that's not going to be for this race. It will be for tomorrow's race, the Split B race. So anyways, we are going to be taking a look into the Split A championship standings after Okayama. Of course, this comes in after Russian Karashio's consecutive wins in both SUGO and Okayama. Now we're here in Autopolis for essentially it's going to be a big inquiry to see if Russian Karashio could seal the title. Of course, for Karashio has a 135-point gap over both Rim Olgor and Zeke Wimberly. Tomoki Aoki is not far behind in 4th place. You can see Sean Pauli, the best Honda driver, is still 226 points behind. And then we got drivers like Lee Sunful, Etsugai, Seirin, Michael Turner, who are in the automatic CO Series qualification. Seo Byung-eun is not going to qualify at this rate due to a 2nd place driver having more. The 10th place driver is going to be having more points than him. We'll talk about that later. Alison Tanner, Gibbons, Kizara Leo, Crystal Solomon, Jeff Rohan, Alex Grant, Misaki Sakura, Jake Martinez, and Kamina Riba make up the last of the drivers on the grid. So we are going to go to intermission here to actually check on the distance, and we are slightly overshot for distance. So we are just going to do a bit of an adjustment here. So anyways, welcome everyone to Autopolis as we're about to start this qualifying session here in this hillside track. Also just want to do some extra modifications just in case. So anyways, I'm Mohamed Reza in the commentary booth, and unfortunately, due to commitments from some of the other commentators, or rather the unavailability for that sort, they are not going to be available to commentate alongside me. In particular, Dak Patterson, who had a emergency issue that is unavoidable. So we are just going to head into qualifying session regardless. So as of right now, no cars out on track until right now, because we now get to see the likes of Misaki Sakura now out on track. The Hondas just struggle a bit at turn 1 in the recent sessions here. Of course, Misaki Sakura currently sitting in 17th place and really needed a miracle to get herself into the CEO series. Of course, Himimori Luna is the defending champion in Hololive GT3. Of course, Mama Shadreza was the driver, and of course, Shadreza no longer drives for Luna as he now drives for Koseki Biju. Meanwhile, for Sakura, who has replaced him, Sakura is just going to try to essentially press on with her performance, and let's see if she's able to get herself back into CO series contention. Well, qualification, that is. More drivers out on track. That's Jeff Rohan. The Hondas have been pretty good so far. They have been very quick onto these mini sectors, especially at sectors 1 and sectors 2. And Sakura is very quick though, I just wanted to point out. Now, the Himimori Luna car has not won any race in 2024. This is despite Shadreza winning the title with Luna. Well, this is it all comes down to the fact that Shadreza was one of the few most consistent drivers. So we will watch Misaki Sakura later, as we're just going to switch the cameras here to go for an onboard lap here in Autopolis in the Coronet Honda NSX. Of course, Sean Pauly is representing Inagami Coronet, who ran alongside Sakura Miko in the Coronet 24. So anyways, final 2 corners. 18 and a slight left-hand king at turn 19 to start the lap. So there's a long back main straight here for Sean Pauly to really use. Okay, you can see here a slight bump causes some trouble for the NSX drivers, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue for Sean Pauly. And then coming into turn 3, 90-degree corner, a bit open there, 120 kilometers an hour. Also at around 120. Same here in turn 5 and into the slow corner, turn 6, first gear it. And here comes the fast sweeping section, turns 7, 8, and 9. He's doing pretty well though in the first sector. Garage is very quick though on that first sector as well. I just noticed into the hairpin corner, turn 11. Take it easy on the off-camber corner, and then into this roller coaster straight into turn 12. You carry a good amount of speed, 130 kilometers an hour there. Jeff Rohan has already set the fastest second sector out of anyone so far, as Sean Pauly continues to navigate around the long turn 15 corners. The final sector in particular is very technical. into 16 and then the bridge turn 17. It's going to be a short burst into turn 18. .147.873 for Jeff Rohan as Sean Paul is about to complete his lap as he navigates turn 18, carries as much speed as possible into turn 19. Well, he needs to go try to get the best exit. Sean Pauli 148.884. So Byung-eun has the fastest time out of anyone so far, 147.645, and that's Shiranui Flair, number 20. As more drivers set the lap times here, we're looking at Altuser, or rather Jake Martinez, who is finding some improvement, but not much in the way of things. Zeke Wimberly has put himself into third. Kizhara Leo 10th. Here's Saren, though, having the fastest final sector out of anyone so far. She's going to qualify third. And Johan Sinfold manages to be the fastest of anyone so far, 146.886, 146.404 for Callum Gibbons. Where did that come from, though? I'm Allgore third, making much use of these cool conditions. There are the Lexus RCFs. This guy, he has a pretty decent lap for himself. Let's see where he places himself. 15th place. Now for the driver who did an interview, rather had a press conference with the available drivers representing Hololux members. That guy, of course, is part of Hololux. As you can see, he did mention that she is well, when they were okay, I'll try to rephrase this. So the Hololux members who were open to interviews were asked about Sakamata Chloe and Relives' importance, or just Sakamata Chloe's importance in Hololive. And as a fellow Hololux member, he does have respectful views on Chloe. Stated that she's a regular VTuber, that being part of Hololux, to quote him. And he does want to do well in this race, as does any other race, but he is doing pretty okay so far. It's just that he could do a bit better. And this is a bit of a concern, though, because Saki Sakura has not been very good so far, and she needs to absolutely bring it home. Feels like Honda's woes have been very bad from what I'm seeing, because none of the, well, only Krista Salmon has come close actually in the ASCII Honda. So we might actually stare down at CO Cup non-qualification for Misaki Sakura if she doesn't perform in this race. Yeah, Martinez, of course, has already somehow set the fastest first sector out of anyone so far. There have been buffs to the Regloss cars, and it is shown here. Saren is now 6. Jake Martinez has been pretty flying so far. Saki Sakura has actually improved from what I'm seeing. She's now up into 9th place. So she is not going to be staring down at CO Series non-qualification. But as for Jake Martinez, he's doing pretty okay, though. He doesn't have the fastest second sector, but he is throwing that Ford Mustang very, very well there. And right now, let's see where he lands himself. Johan Sinfo, meanwhile, has the fastest second sector of anyone so far. And Jake Martinez, 146.251. Only 4 drivers being able to set 146s. And Johan Sinfo is about to complete his lap. Let's see where it lands for the Matsuri driver, who's been looking for his first win since 2023. He will not score his pole position. It's not going to be enough. His last lap was a 146.486, which explains everything. 1 minute of qualifying to go, and it's still a massive question though. But watch out for Misaki Sakura though. She already has her first personal best on the first 2 sectors. We're just gonna hope to see some improvements from the Humor Luna driver, and she puts her car 6. The Luna car is now in 6th place as the best Honda driver in the field. She's not going to be staring down at non-qualification, but she is going to be staring very well into the possibility that she might be able to qualify for the Zero Series after all. But this is only qualifying, but she is in a good position. "15 seconds to go before the timer runs out." These are essentially the last of the drivers who have crossed the line. So the first driver who will be crossing the line is going to be Jake Martinez for Hyodoshi Ao. It hasn't been sunshine and rainbows for the driver representing Hyodoshi Ao, one of the 5 Regloss members. As Jake Martinez continues to improve, 1:45.776. 5/10 ahead of Johan Sinful, who still has the fastest second sector. No one is going to be able to answer Jake Martinez at this rate. He's tried, but it's not going to be enough. Johan Sinful will qualify in 2nd place. Callum Gibbons, welcome back to the podium positions. Well, that is if he is in the race, but he will start 3rd. Olgor will start 4th as it stands. Reba will hang on to 5th despite improving. It's not going to be enough. Sakura already has the fastest second sector, already has the fastest mini sector, 1 of 7 in sector 2. She's bumped Michael Turner down. Sobyung-eun, just one of the few last drivers to cross the line, or rather, yes, you're going to be taking a look here. Hang on. So Sobyung will be the last to cross the line, but it will be a formality at this rate. And that is your confirmation message. It will be Jake Martinez who will be starting on pole here in the Autopolis 400 Split A race. So anyways, it's a interesting qualifying session to take note, as of course, well, we have been seeing interesting developments here in aero competitions. We now get to see the first Regloss driver on pole position, and that is in an official Regloss capacity. So congratulations to Jake Martinez, as he was very clear off the field. He hasn't had the best races in the first 2, where he essentially was a back marker, but now the team has found some spark, and now that car is in pole position. So let's take a look into the starting lineup for the Autopolis 400 Split A race. Jake Martinez, of course, is your pole sitter with a 1:45.776. We only expected a 1:47, but we managed to see it lap time 2 seconds faster, which is really interesting. Johan Sinful second for Natsuhiro Matsuri. Callum Gibbons is back on the front spot here in Autopolis for Roboco. Rim Olgor 4th for Daura Sbaru. Kamina Reba makes up Lexus 4 out of 5 drivers for Shishiro Botan. The highest placed Honda driver is Misaki Sakura in 6th place. Michael Turner 7th, racing for the hometown VTuber. That is Shogai Noshi, who lives in who is from Virtual Oita. And then we have Chris Salman starts 8th for Aski, who just raced in the Tokyo Extreme Racer game. Very nice to hear. Seiren 9th for Otonose Kanade, with Rosin Crasio 10th. The current championship leader starts 10th for Lapa's Darkness. Shiraka Hobuki driver Zeke Wimberly starts in 11th place with Sobyung, and 12th for Shinoi Flare. Shopoli 13th for Inugami Korne. Alson Tanara 14 for Nekomata Akai. Will he find redemption after he crashed out last time out here in Autopolis? Alex Grant 15 for Yukihana Lami. Jeff Rohan 16 for Tokuyama Toa with Tamayuki Aoki 17 for Takari Louis. Kisahara Leo starts 18 for Murasaki Shion. And Ed Sky 19 for Kazamai Roha. There's always tensions afoot, as we are going to be seeing the drivers start this race. There's always going to be a massive intrigue to see what these drivers are just going to do and what shenanigans are they going to pull up with. And so we are going to get the cameras ready due to issues. So that being said, we have our grid set. Jake Martinez is your pole sitter, and then we have Johan Sinful in second place. This is going to be a race to remember here as we're about to start 2025 in Hololive GT3 competitions. We will start. Let's go. And that's a very great start there for Johan Sinful. Jumps everyone. And as the drivers now come down into turn 1, Rim Olger now down the inside of Callum Gibbons. There might be a choking point here, a bottleneck, as you see Zeke Wimberley just went off there, loses a good amount of positions, but actually Wimberley manages to defend a good amount. As we now get to see Johan Sinful now beating Rim Olger. Now Misaki Sakura though having an amazing start there. She started 6th and she's now up into 3rd place. What a start that has been for the Himamori Luna driver. Johan Sinful currently leads this race. Rim Olger 2nd. Misaki Sakura now. Callum Gibbons are going to go side by side. What a rekindling of a rivalry this has been for both the Luna and Roboco cars. Luna and Roboco, of course, themselves met each other in a live concert. That was with Roboco's birthday stream in 2022. Kamine Riba 5th now faces Jake Martinez, who's falling down in the start. He's now down into 6th. Salman and Turner go side by side. 7th and 8th. Saren 9th, and Russell Carrasco now, meanwhile, is going to try to make his way into the top 10. What a fighting start this has been. Ooh, yeah. So just wanted to remind everyone of the current situation in this race. So now I get to see more drivers going up, more drivers going side by side. That's the Okakoro cars going side by side. That's Sean Paul and Sertara. Lots of 2 wide action. Russell Carrasco currently leads this pack right now. You can see Seirin actually going down the outside, taking advantage of Carrasco's slower car. And it looks to me that there's a bit of a bottleneck here. Oh, someone's gone off. That's Michael Turner, Crystal Salman. And now Crystal Salman is being blocked there. And now you see Carrasco now taking advantage of this. There's going to be some 2 wide action here in turn 1. It's okay for now. But, oh, and that is actually Alex Grant going off wide. Same goes for Jeff Rohan and Kizuhara Leo. Or, yeah, you saw that at the background. Still more side-by-side battles as we're only on lap 2. If we're looking at the difference in lap times here, Jake Martinez is blocking everyone. He has a great pole position run, but in the race he's just falling off though. He started on pole and now he's struggling to even beat Russell Carrasco. So there might be issues in the car that he is trying to fight. We are going to go on board Jake Martinez right now, though. But you see there's a bit of a gap, though, between Sinful and Olgor right now. But he does have a pretty good first sector. You see he already has the fastest second sector so far and already has a 2.5 second gap over Rim Olgor. Callum Gibbs is not far behind. Misaki Sakura, though, having a great start, though. She started 6th. Very amazing stuff so far. Kamine Riba already also has the fastest first sector, but with the Honda there's improved straight line speed bonus. Sakura might just be able to actually edge ahead of Riba. Johan Sinful now has the fastest lap out of anyone so far, 146.472. as we're about to have drivers start lap 3 with Jake Martinez currently being the blockade. So Byung-eun might want to try his luck to be the next driver that's going to make his move. You saw Jake Martinez just absolutely being very slow though. 152.344 as there's more side-by-side action. There's Alex Grant and Seirin, and then there's Zeke Wimberly and also Tomoyuki Aoki. So I just wanted to remind of some people that we are on the stream right now. And that's Jeff Rohan now going down the inside of Zeke Wimberly for the final points positions. Oh, some drivers going off wide there. Really trying to and as you can see, Kamen Riba has now gone ahead of Misaki Sakura, just trying to remain steadfast at the hairpin. Alexis cars have now shown their speed. Honda at the very least can have a bit of an optimism that they are there are still some few drivers, Sakura and Salman, currently inside the top 10, although the other Hondas are currently at the back. Jeff Rohan, though, is gained 3 positions from the previous lap. Seirin, on the other hand, lost 2, losing out to Antara and Polly. And speaking of pit stops here, Jake Martinez is going to hang around until the end of the race. He is going to try for an overcut for no-stop strategy that has been tried before. Also, Kizaru will also try a no-stop strategy, as we're only going to be racing for 42 laps. Well, drivers will try to think of making a pit stop or 2. Oh, and that's Salman going down the inside of So Byung-eun. So Byung-eun has a better run around the outside, but Salman is still keeping him honest. But it looks like So Byung-eun might just be able to hang on so far. Salman is back in 10th place after attempting to overtake So Byung-eun. So Byung-eun currently is struggling to get past Jake Martinez, who's now already 5 seconds behind Karaju, who is also pretty behind as well. Just wanted to check how progressions go. And here comes Crystal Salman once again, using the slipstream. Now Salman goes down the inside at the hairpin, the second hairpin, and now as they're coming down into the roller coaster course, the straight, into turn 12, Salman's gonna hang around the outside. Oh, it goes off wide, nearly goes off track, but he manages to keep it. Monsepo, meanwhile, is having an amazing race so far. Fastest lap after fastest lap. 146.393 for the Natsura Matsuri driver for the Matsurisu. Taki Sakura has now lost out just a bit to Kamen Reba. There's already a pit stop activity though. Rustin Crusher now comes down to the pits. He's now, oh dear. It's a miscalculation of fuel. Rustin Crusher is having a bad race. Well, it is going to be a quick run. He will have to pit again, and he has already lost a good amount of position. He's now down in 19th place. Absolute tragedy for the current championship leader. And he's now back out on track, but in last place. Good for all drivers behind him. While Seirin having a pretty decent race though, she had her best ever finish of 4th at Okayama. So now we are just going to go on board with Seirin on that Ferrari 296. Last lap was at 149.167, but right now she is gonna try to keep on pressing on Rohan, and also Jake Martinez continuing to be somewhat of a nuisance. Or Sobyung Undo. Jake Martinez has now finally picked up the pace once again. He does manage a very good amount of damage limitation, that is. You know, Sobyung-eun is not feeling very quick so far, but they are picking up the pace. He already has the fastest first sector. Tom Gibbons, meanwhile, just chasing Rim Olgor. The gap's now dropped down, is at 0.8 of a second. Sakura has lost a good amount of touch to Riba, but also she needs to take a look into Michael Turner as well, as there has been a side-by-side battle here. Oh, you saw there, Zeke Wimberly there, trying to make a peek into Saren's gap. Oh yeah, just a bit of an update, everyone. There's going to be a new way for us to share the championship standings, and it's no longer going to be through a set of courses directly due to a massive issue that we have noted. So just wanted to show with you how we are going to do it this time by. As we are now currently on board with Wimberly as Saren and Alex Grant battle it out. Oh, you just love to see these types of racing action. I mean, you just do. It's just the way racing goes these days. So we're gonna do it VTRP style and just show the championship standings from a spreadsheet. Well, we'll talk about that later, as we are now going to be. We saw how that battle developed there between Grant and Saren, and Alex Rando has done a good job though of staying ahead of Saren for now. Sinful is currently in control of this race. However, he is going to be pitting in the next 4 laps. Looking at Rim Olgor and Cal Gibbons, they will also be pitting soon enough. But as for the Honda, they will pit for around lap 27 or so, so they will be pitting in the mid stage of the race. So we are already seeing a good amount of pit stop variety for at least the manufacturers. Speaking of Karashi, Etsukai, Tamayuki Aki have traded places though. Etsukai is now in 16th. Tamayuki Aki, of course, are one of the 2 Holox members who chose not to attend the press conference. Mostly some availability for the matter. 146.402 so far for Karashio. He has already set the fastest time. No doubt that this strategy has hindered him, but he's at least going to give it everything he's got. So no driver has been setting 146 other than about 6 drivers. Jake Martinez, Calvin Gibbons, Cameron Riba, and Johan Sinful. So they are currently on a run so far. Jake Martinez has finally turned on the afterburners on that Ford Mustang. Oh, and that's Alex Rando losing 2 positions though, as now we get to see Zeke Rimberly now try to go down the inside, right outside of Alex Grant. Alex Grant has now lost a good amount of pace, and Zeke Rimberly is now up to 14th. And Sky's going to point himself towards the point positions. No crashes so far. This is one of the places where there are a decent amount of crashes, but you see how much of a side-by-side action you saw these drivers go. Oh! Alex Grant with an amazing defensive move to hold off Wimberly. Sinful's gap just keeps on slowly opening, but we'll have to see how this further develops. We are coming into 20% of the race soon enough. Yeah, you can see here Sakura's lost out to Riba. Michael Turner's catching up. Michael Turner also electing to pit soon in this race. Meanwhile, there are some potential side-by-side battles. So Salman holds steady in 9th place. He is also in the He's not in the CEO Series qualification spots, but if he does perform well here, on which actually he is tied with 3 other Honda NSX drivers for 13th place, Leo Salman and Rohan. And of course, Kizuhara Leo, I believe, has no, Jeff Rohan actually has the, or rather, it's just wanting to check. Yeah, so if you look at their best positions though, Salman is actually leading by virtue of him getting his best ever finish of 10th place before Kizuhara Leo did in Okayama. And Jeff Rollins' best finish was only 11th, so that explains everything. As Salman now also comes into the pits, there's going to be a decent amount of pit lane activity here. So let's see how much Crystal Salman is going to feel himself. He's going to be feeling right until the end of the race. This is the time to pit if you want to go for an undercut strategy. Salman is going to adopt an undercut strategy. Though we do want to pay attention to Rustin Karaji, though, who has been setting personal best after personal best. Salman's best lap at that point was a 147.593. Or now, never mind, Rustin Karaji is all coming into pit lane again. This is what we are talking about. Comes to drivers pitting too early in this race and feeling too low at the start. Meanwhile, more battles afoot as you see Rohan and then there's a Tarao. Salman is now good until the end of this race, so this is where he will be staying for the remainder of the race. He is unfortunately about 1 minute behind Sinful, but he does have a chance to actually get ahead of Jake Martinez and Michael Turner, maybe. Misaki Sakura, on the other hand, is holding very steady so far, as she is now currently opening a gap against Michael Turner. Michael Turner, meanwhile, says a 146. As we now get to see lots of pit lane activity. Johan Sinful now pits from the lead. Sinful and Riba are going to join him as well. And Olgor is going to be pitting in the next lap, I suppose. So it's now going to be a Suba Luna top 2. It's going to be Suba Luna 1-2. Here's Rem Olgor. Here's Misaki Sakura. Jake Martinez is now in third. He already has the best lap of 145.947. What a funky V8 sound that is. So Byung-in now in 4th, Holly 5th, Rohan 6th, and Tanarao 7th. And Tanarao at least manages to survive more than 1 lap here at Autopolis. So that is a big improvement for him. He's doing pretty well too, as he is edging ever so closer to CEO Series qualification. He's out of it right now. But as for the drivers currently out of it, well, out of the top 10 right now, Ed Sky, well, initially, well, he is still outside the top 10. Zeke Wimberley is also out of the top 10, but he is in third, so his position is not going to be too harmed as a result. You're probably going to be seeing a massive upset here after this race as things go, as Johan Sinful is now dropped down 10th place, now overtaken by Alex Grant. He is going to be blocked, and if his target is to get fast lap time, this is not the strategy to go, as he's also going to have to deal with tires as well. And we have another leader pitting. Misaki Sakura will now lead this. Will now lead here in Autopolis in this Honda NSX. And you can tell here, lots of people are struggling for grip, and the Hondas too. They often oversteer at turn 1. Meanwhile, back to the rest of the field as we get to see Sakura just continuing to hold on to the lead. Though Jake Martinez is catching up, but he will not be pitting for the rest of the race. So this is also going to be a big question though. How is basically Jake Martinez going to handle for the rest of this race, because you saw his tire wear kicking in right now. He's only able to set a 146.292, so he's already 8 tenths of a second faster than Sakura already. Sean Pauli in the pits as well. Rim Olgor also went to the pits. He's now ahead of Gibbons and Reba, who are now in 14th and 15th, but they are good for the rest of the race though. Oh, Gibbons is going to try to look into an opportunity to make the pass. Here's Reba though down the inside. Just not close enough though. Here's on board. He decently warmed there the tires. 10-second gap between Jake Martinez and Sobiagun right now. Misaki Sakura is going to enjoy this race late while it still is going to be the case. She will stay out for about at most 12-13 laps. Of course, Jake Martinez is most likely just going to inherit the lead as it is. He's already shown a massive amount of pace advantage over everyone here, but another question that I do want to highlight here is how good Sakura can defend against very good Jake Martinez though. And if you look at the drivers who have pitted pretty early, they are struggling for lap times here. If we look at Rustim Karashio, who's only able to set at 147.6, okay, it's only 4 tenths behind Sakura, but it is slower. And then looking into other extreme examples, Johan Sinful, who was on leading this race, he's only able to set 148.129. So it looks to me that the overcut strategy is actually the better strategy after all. Pit later in the race due to the fact that the tires are going to be warming very slowly due to colder, a colder track. So he is not going to go as easily through the tires as it does, and grip is not going to be optimal. Oh, flat a second faster now. Jake Martinez against Misaki Sakura. Martinez is going to be pushing for a win here to bring Regloss their first win of 2024. Of course, we saw Ishihiro Kai's Shango won, but they were using the original outfit design. This one is they're using the official Regloss design. You saw the rear end stepping out there on that Ford Mustang. You know Jake Martinez is pushing. Gap's now dropped down to 3/10 of a second. A full second faster and then some for Martinez this time, but we are going to be seeing if the tires are going to be holding up. This is going to be a big question though about Jake Martinez though. Jake Martinez already has a far superior car than anyone has ever seen here in Hololive GT3, already setting 145s. If you look at Autopolis's lap records, if you look at the GT300 lap record, which is essentially the GT3 equivalent, 144.4. So now we get see these cars get ever so closer to the IRL lap times, which brings a smile to anyone's face, honestly. Sakura knows that she just needs a good result for her to propel herself into CO Series contention. And oh yeah, I just wanted to remind that we got viewers tuning in, and yes, good morning to you, Josh. Hope you're enjoying this race so far. Again, you can drop a like, subscribe, and of course hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of the Hololive racing coming up. We do have another race coming up tomorrow though. Sarah and Alex Grant have traded places though. You saw how it developed, and now Alex Grant is going to go down the inside into turn 18. And Saren is going to try to push it in the final corner. He's still side by side. Alex Grant too. Oh, you saw how much Saren was pushing her car, but she does mess up her exit, so she's gonna have to find. Gonna need another lap to attack. Meanwhile, Jake Martinez is edging ever so closer to Misaki Sakura. Alex Grant is now ahead of Saren. Lots of these Nissans and Hondas are scheduled to pit pretty soon, though. Z1 will be pitting in the next 11 laps. And Taro 17, Sakura 11th. Assuming, oh, and by the way, Saren has actually managed to pass back Alex Grant. Here's Jeff Rohan and Russian Karasio now going down the inside of each other as Rohan now clears Karasio. Karasio now goes a lap down. And Tara, oh, you saw how much the drivers are struggling though for those who have pitted pretty early in this race. Salman might still have a chance to redeem a race here. If you look at, he might just be able to get into 6th and 7th. Saren may not. Saren is going to be pitting, from what I'm seeing. Yeah, she will. No, she's not going to be pitting. So we have both Regal's cars on a no-stop strategy, and then we also have the team Honda cars. Well, ours going to be scheduled to pit pretty soon, though. Oh, Michael Turner too. He is also going to opt for a. Actually, he does have. He's already pitted, so can't really see that. Just wanted to check on the race field monitor for a bit longer. Salman is good at 40 until the end of this race. And assuming that the pit stop delta is around 30 or 40 seconds, and we have Antaro, Grant, and all that still pitting. Oh, Alex Grant and Saren have traded places between each other again. John Sniffle is now going to try to sniff a chance. Oh, and here is actually Jake Martinez. Now he's managed to catch himself into Misaki Sakura. We're going to see where the advantage of this Mustang lies, as if you want to explain why the Mustang has seen a massive amount of performance here, because there have been strides made in reducing the weight. Reba is now ahead of Count Gibbons. Oh, you can see here Martinez struggling to pass Misaki Sakura on that tricky third sector. Coming to the final two corners, though, this might be a different story. 15 seconds is the gap between Martinez and Sakura as it stands, but it's not going to be closed down. Oh, Martinez is a decent run in the main straight, but just not able to catch up, though. Martinez is only slightly slower than his last lap. And here comes Martinez, probably taking a move down the inside. He has a good run, though. Misaki Sakura is going to cut her Martinez off. Martinez isn't going to be making a move down the inside, but might try to have a bit of an acrobatic here in the corners here. These medium speed corners there has the Mustang has been very, very good. Oh, and goes off wide there. That's not going to help Martinez. Sakura is making a serious statement to try to bring Himimori Luna her first win since 2023. Well, first race win that is. The championship is a different story and doesn't really count overall towards race wins. Meanwhile, Alex Grant and Saren has overtaken each other once again. Reba is still ahead of All Gore. Sakura is just gonna have to continue. She's gonna have to continue to survive the onslaught that is being delivered by Martinez. And you just sense that there might be more on your way, as Martinez now still on the charge, still looking for a quick lap. He just needs a good run off of that final corner to essentially get into a position where Martinez could attack Sakura. And this is actually a pretty decent run, though. It is a decent run done into the main straight, but the Honda and the Texas straight line speed improvements are there for everyone to see. Oh, and that's a bad run there by Sakura into turn one. She is gonna have to go side by side with Martinez this lap. Sakura's gonna go the long way out. She is gonna cause some trouble to Martinez, who has the superior cornering speed, as Jake Martinez retakes the lead. There's a bit of a slipping and sliding from the Hyodoshiao driver, but there's no problems, as Jake Martinez is going to be set to win his first race for Hyodoshiao. So Byung-eun in third place, looking very good to get himself into a position where he's able to get him a good run here. Of course, if you look at So Byung-eun, he is actually the worst performing Nissan so far, although he is type of Antarao. And so right now it is going to be a big question, though. Speaking of Jake Martinez, their pace is unlocked so far, but there might be balance changes coming up if he does win by a huge margin. But we'll have to wait and see. Sakura, meanwhile, is just going to hang on to second place. She found that she cannot risk losing this race just by battling a car that's way faster than her. So she has to take a sensible approach to just let him go. Take the 175 points as a great slingshot for her to get herself back into the CO series. Masin Crusher, though, is a lap down here in. Ugh, man. There's already a lap down here in Autopolis. He's gonna have to pit again. Oh dear. Issues with the strategy have befell the championship leader, and with Al Gore and Zeke Wimberly currently on the hunt, the gap will close down. The championship will not be decided here in Autopolis. Instead, it will be decided in Fuji, no matter what. Always, also just a reminder that the race may also be rescheduled due to a new series coming up. Lap 18 of this race. Hang on. Back into the race, and we now get to see Jake Martinez romping away with the lead so far. Next car is currently rushing Croatia, who is currently in turn 3. So that might cause trouble for Martinez somewhere down the line. Misaka Sakura, although is going to be pitting soon regardless, but she has a pretty good gap over Leo and Reba. Or he's setting a 147.611 on that lap. Everyone else setting a 149, so this is exactly what Sakura needs. Salmando is down in 18th and is going to be staring down at non-qualification for the CO Series. Had a breakout season in 2024 where he won 2 races and secured 3rd place in the CO Series standings, all while also securing 2nd in qualifiers. This season has just not been very good for him so far. He is only 1.2 seconds behind Sean Pauli, though. Michael Turner is down in 16th place. So right now this is Salaman's rival. And also with Kamen Rebel also pitting again? So Byung-eun is now out. Salaman is now in the main straight, so he will be gaining a few positions at least. He is gonna stay out until the end of this race, though. So this is gonna be a big question if Salaman can at least salvage something in this race. Here's Kazara Leo, though. trying to defend against Rim Olgor. Gap's now open to 3.3 seconds. Rohan. Now, just want to remind you of a bit of a story there. Jeff Rohan won from second place in the second place position. This is mostly because Sean Pauli, who crossed the line in first, had a time penalty for causing a collision and causing a retirement. So while Sean Pauli did score across the finish line first, he is not awarded with the win. It's that he was actually awarded, I believe, 8th or 9th due to the infraction. Oh, Cal Gibbons and Rim Olgor are now going side by side here, and now Gibbons is now up into 12th place, now trying to find their way into Gazara Leo. Jay Martinez in a serious position to win here in Autopolis so far. Lap cars might be a question mark to note, as Johan Sinful has already overtaken Alex Grant. Oh, and here's Gazara Leoto now trying to go down the inside of Cal Gibbons. You saw the bad situation developing here. Gibbons actually went trying to go around the outside at turn 2 and turn 3. But now Gazara Leo manages to stay in that position. And Tara, meanwhile, staying in 4th place. He's got to be a happy man about this one. But he is going to be pitting soon, so that is going to be another question to note. Sakura, on the other hand, is going to be pretty secure, though. Already, she's going to be in a realistic position to at least be ahead of Seirin and Alex Grant. Seirin is also not going to be pitting for the rest of the race, which means a Regloss 1-2 might actually be on the cards. Kamina Reba is now in 18th place, and he is at least going to score points, but as for Series qualification, it is going to be very, very bleak, as he will have a serious chance to miss out on Series qualification for the 2nd season in a row. Zeke Wimberly is now coming into the pits, which does help Salman a bit in gaining points positions, as he is also not going to be pitting until the rest of the race. Sean Pauli also. So Duncan is getting by. Zeke Wimberly is stationary. And Zeke Wimberly has made his move, and it's going to be Wimberly down in 17th. So the driver who's currently sitting in 3rd place, or rather 2nd place, is now going to be down in 17th in this race. So there's going to be a massive, massive title shake-up here coming into Fuji and it's going to be a stone's throw on who gets to qualify and who doesn't get to qualify. Oh, there's Rossin Caraccio, though, already letting go of the Sobyang Un, who's currently 16th. This just shows you how much of a struggle Caraccio has so far. He's already lost multiple laps. He's going to go 2 laps down at this rate. Yeah, next driver on the track is Zeke Wimberly in 18th. Will there be more drivers coming into the pits? We'll have to wait and see here. Jeff Rohan, Misaki Sakura, Alex Grant are going to be called in later. Al Centaro will be called in last. So this is going to be interesting to see here. Alex Grant currently in 6th, Rohan 3rd, Sakura 2nd. Sakura already 25 seconds over her fellow Hololive GT3 Honda Gen 4 teammate. As for the Hololive GT3 Honda Gen 5 teammate, Alex Grant, he's down in 6th place. So both of them will be pitting at the same time. So Johan Sinful has a great chance to take back 2nd place. But if Misaki Sakura aces the strategy as much as everyone would expect, though, if you look at Sinful's lap time 147.548, Sakura over 47.256, Sakura actually does have a decent chance to at least grab 2nd place, as Martinez has an amazing race. Meanwhile, that's Gibbons and Kizar Leo going side by side, though. Oh, and then Kizar Leo going off wide. Michael Turner going to sweep in for a chance against Rim Olgor now. Using Kizar Leo as the pick against Rim Olgor. Michael Turner is now up into 12th. Oh, Misaki Sakura is going to be dealt with lap cars. That's Rustin Karashu. I believe he's pitted again. And very, very inconveniently, Karashu exits ahead of only Misaki Sakura. Jake Martinez is already through. Karashu is going to be sure to cause troubles, though, for Sakura, but not for long. Sakura says, not today. As Sakura now clears, Karashu immediately. Saren has now made her move into 6th place as Alex Rand now comes into the pits. It will be a dream come true. Sakura manages to stay ahead of Saren, who is not going to be scheduled to make a pit stop. Same goes for Jake Martinez. Sakura is now 36 seconds over Johan Sinful. The gap, you saw Johan Sinful actually is struggling against Alcantara out here, which explains everything. If Sinful wants to have a chance of at least grabbing the podium positions right now, he does need to pit right now, but he does have a great run though off of the corners. He might actually make a move down to the hairpin. The answer is going to be no. And Santara has pulled away, and the fastest mini sector in any fastest mini sector in sector 1-2 to boot. Michael Turner, Rem Olgor, Kizahara Leo, they are currently in a battle between each other. Now Michael Turner is going to go down the inside. Ooh, running onto the curbs there, Leo, as the two drivers still go side by side. Two drivers holding number 8. And it's going to be Michael Turner almost flipping the car. And now it's Rem Olgor and Kizar Leo now side by side once again. Kizar Leo is going to go very wide, but manages to keep his car under control. Very, very amazing racing here in the Autopolis 400 Split A race. Rem Olgor is going to go for an alternate line, but it's not going to work as it stands. What a great racing action that we are seeing here right now. Anyways, just wanted to check here. Sakura has already cleared Rustin Karashu, which already gives you a what if Sakura wasn't able to clear Karashu earlier than expected. More pit stops are going to be looming. Johan Alcantara has a defend against Johan Sinful. Alcantara also has to pit regardless anyway. Jeff Rohan and Misaki Sakura now get the call to go into the pits, knowing where Alex Ren is. It's going to be pretty touch and go though, especially for Sakura, who is now officially in the pits and slams into the wall for good measure. Oof. Well, don't worry, she's already in the pits and it's going to be reset anyways. Jeff Rohan is also going to be called. Johan Sinful, Ed Sky, Tamayuki Aoki. Speaking of Ed Sky also going to be pitting soon. There's Tamayuki Aoki also looking to pit as well. There's Johan Sinful though. Sakura's not looking for Sinful. Possibly not Seirin as well. Here's that Sky though. Looking to pit soon. Tomoyuki Aki's gonna come into the pits. Count Gibbons is also in the pit as well, as Misaki Sakura manages to actually stay ahead of Jeff Rohan and crucially Count Gibbons. But she is behind Seirin and Johan Sinful. But this is going to be a great points haul for the Humanoid Luna driver who struggled in the first two races so far in Hololive GT3, taking over from the 2024 champion. On the driver's side, that is. And Tyrone causing a lot of trouble to Johan Sinful. And this will play in the hand of Sakura, who has the freshest tires out of anyone so far, at least in this pack. You could be seeing one of the most dominant wins in aero competitions if Jake Martinez manages to hang on to this one. No driver has won a race by over a minute. And as you can see here, how much Sakura has closed back. The gap currently at 3.6. It is opening up slightly for now, but you see how much it closes up between the three. And Taro, he's going to be pitting the... Well, he's going to be pitting the last out of anyone so far, but he's going to be pitting this lap. So that might cause a bit of trouble. But if Seirin causes a lot of trouble to Johan Sinful as we speak, Taro now comes in to serve his pit stop. Sakura would now go up to 4th place. It's now going to be a straight up fight between these three drivers for 2nd place. Jake Martinez is gonna have a bit of luck here. So he will, at the very least, elevate himself into CO Series contention. Karasho will finish outside of points for the first time this season. He will finish outside of first for the first time this season. Altantaro has pitted. He's now down in 14th place. That's a pretty long service. And noting how he's actually one of the last drivers, or the second last driver to pit. Only Ed Sky has yet to make a pit stop. But he does have fresh tires though, so that's going to be a positive for him, at least if he wants to try to make a push. But I don't know, he's on Tarado struggling, and he's now down into 15th. Tires not being very warm here. It's very, very cold from what I'm seeing on this Nissan. So Antaro needs to do a lot of power to bring that tire back to warmth at the very least. Just wanted to answer a bit. Meanwhile, we got Ed Sky now. Oh, and Ed Sky! It looks like Ed Sky has straddled the curbs at this section here, and that sent him into a spin. And it looks to me that it has been vicious. So Ed Sky will be your last place driver. Very, very unfortunate for the Kazama Iroha driver, who really wanted to do well for Sakamoto Chloe's sake. But it's now come down to this. The streak of finishing in 7th place has come to an end, as he will now retire. Matsuo Karasho has another lap to get his position back. Tomoyuki Aoki, though, down in 17th now, trying to overtake Zeke Wimberley for 16th. Tomoyuki Aoki, Zeke Wimberley are also they basically traded rides though. or rather, Tomoyuki Aoki takes the seat vacated by Yu Cheon, which is essentially just a new marksman. Zeke Wimberley would end up filling in the Shirka for gate number 22 to finally race for his Oshi. So already, and our 4 non-points finishers are going to be set to all be Nissans, and all of them are inside the top 7, which is a massive shock. And if you look at the podium positions right now, it's a Ford, a Lexus, and a Ferrari. Can a Honda catch up? That's going to be a big question. Because Sakura is only able to set a 147.846. The other drivers are able to set a 146. While lap cars are afoot. And that is in the form of Etsky down in 19th. He is not out though. He does manage to get himself back to the race, thank goodness. But he's lost his lap to Rustin Caraccio. There's damage in the rear end. Might be contact, but we will have to check into replays later. Right now, Sakura is doing a very good job though. Finally showing up in the Himamori Luna number 31. Salman now inside the top 10. After all that, still needs to pass Kizuhara Leo and Sean Pauli to really mark his CEO Series ambitions. Well, he will only get 93 though as a result. But so right now he does need to rely on incidents to get by. It might be coming very soon though. You saw Johan Sinful and Saren just continuing to navigate their way to wherever they are navigating right now. Martinez's gap to the rest of the field now dropped down to 49 seconds as he's now blocked by Zeke Wimberley. And also there is Tomoyuki Aoki in between the two, so Martinez is going to have some slightly hard times. If he tries to make a move in the wrong place, then it's going to cause a lot of trouble. For Martinez, this car might be prone to flipping. Sean Paul and Kizuhara Leo have traded places. Now Crystal Salman is going to be sniffing enough for an opportunity. Saw some damage though in the front end though. Just wanted to have a short break though. Jay Martinez has now finally cleared Zeke Wimberley, so he is going to be on his merry way. Johan Sinful on the other hand and Saren, they have now caught up to Etsky, so this is only going to end well for the two, if that makes any sense. Is Gal Gibbons, and here's Salman. So the race for 5th place is also going to be very feisty, all things considered. Sakura just going to be enjoying this run so far. As you can see here, Kizuhara Leo is going to be under pressure for Crystal Salman though. Salman is now going to be making his move down the inside. And it's going to be as straightforward as it gets for the ASCII driver. He's now up to 9th. With those 44 points, those crucial 44 points, he just only going to be getting 80. but we are going to be seeing potentially him gaining a bit more. Jeff Rohan is currently down in 12th. Because Harley 10, Solomon 9, so this is a way to break the tiebreaker. And you can see here in the second and third place battle here, Sinful and Saren are now deadlocked between each other. It's gonna be interesting case to see how these two will end up at the end of this lap. As you see here, Saren is now as close as she's ever been, but her exit has been pretty bad. Sinful manages to dispatch. Jeff Rohan has overtaken Sobyog-un. Tamiyuki and Aoki and Zeke really trade places once again. As it stands, Rebel will be finishing in 15th. He is behind Alson Tarao. Well, running out the outside. Saren still trying to make her move against Sinful. Sakura meanwhile is chasing. Can't really tell if there's anything to report. Jake Martinez has already cleared a few lap cars though. Aoki, Wimberly, Crushio, and Sky have already been sent a lap down by Jake Martinez, who has an amazing race so far. Next lap cars are going to be coming in Ribba and Alison Tarao, and then it's going to be Alex Grant. Oh, here's Sinful and Saren once again. Sinful's very good in the corners though. Oh yeah, the responsiveness on that is not good. They're continuing to be blocked. Ed Sky meanwhile has already set his personal best, but only just. Sakura though meanwhile is going to be chasing for that CO series qualification, and based on projections she will barely make it into the CO series spots by around 8th or 9th as it stands, but it's still going to be a pretty interesting question mark to see how much closer Sakura can go. Obviously, she can get that. She can try to get that second. Saren already has that one of the fastest me sectors in that first sector. Ooh, 147.621 this time from Jake Martinez. Looks like the tires are getting pretty shot though. So he's not going to be gaining a lot of optimal grip. 147.620 this time. Not exactly the 146 and the 145s. Tamiyuki Aoki on the other hand is at the 147.541. So Aoki might just look to unlap herself against Martinez. So we are not coming into the final 11 laps or 12 laps in this race. Saren and Sinful are still stuck behind each other. Sakura is looking for something against the two. Saren is still hunting. Syrian, on the other hand, still losing an amount of time to not exactly losing a lot of time to Sakura. Same goes for Sinful. Not much battles to report, as I am currently just gonna be taking a short break. Again, just one person. You see how cold the current air is right now. 4 degrees air temperatures, 5 degrees track temperatures, which absolutely affects how these drivers are currently getting on. Wimberly has, I believe, not exactly, he's not unlapped himself just yet. Same for Tomoyuki. But now Jake Martinez is going to be found out, as he's not only able to set a 148.24. If he gets into trouble, and he's going to lose a lot more time, and the race for the lead is going to be wide open once again. But it's going to be a big if. Not finding the best time that he's looking for. He was able to set a 145.947, but now he's just struggling to get closer and closer to that time. This is the risk that comes with making no pit stops, though. You are now essentially running with tires that are no longer functionally optimal. Let's see how his lap time is right now. 147.7. Not too far from Sinful and Saren this time. And you can see here Sinful and Saren are still losing time to Sakura. Gibbons is also slowly catching up, though. Gibbons is now currently about 12 seconds behind Saren. We're still stuck behind a pretty slow at Sky, who's still able to set a 147.9. Caminera Reba, who is gonna be set to not qualify for the CEO series at this rate. Oh, and that's Sinful trying to go down the inside, though, actually, at Sky, but continues to lose out. Misaki Sakura is now going to actually close down again. Salmon is going to go home with 9th place. Not exactly what he needed. Not exactly enough, though, for Fuji, but he does need a cushion at least to get himself in. And then that's from over. Michael Turner now going side by side into turn 2 and now into turn 3. We might need to go down the inside, but it's just too far back. It is going to be Rim Olgor now in 6th place. Sinful now sets a 148.051, 148.129 for Saren, 147.585 for Sakura. The race is turning on its head for the race for the top 2. The race for the win is still pretty much going to be uncontested from this point on. .35 laps complete. Still lots of ways to go. If you are just tuning in now, just can drop a like in the stream. If you want to see more Hololive racing, you can subscribe. And if you don't want to miss any notifications coming up of the next race, you please hit the notification bell. Just wanted to give everyone a reminder. Sakura now comes in ever so closer to the podium positions. It's going to be a massive points haul for the Luna driver, as it's going to be almost a certainty that Sakura might just be able to make the cut. We are going to go on board with Seiren's Ferrari, see how it develops, and right now it is doing pretty okay so far, but the gap's now dropped down to 2.5 seconds though between Sakura and Seiren. Sakura using the pace on those new tires to great effect. Still a long way to go. Salman still not going to trouble Polly much. It's just going to stay where he is right now. Oh, and you can see here that Sky just continuing to cause trouble to Sinful and Seiren. Sakura, meanwhile, is going to get again closer and closer, but the gas opened up just a bit once again. 148 to 147.1, 147.8, and 147.1. Now the gas dropped down to 2 seconds. See how much the pace difference is right now, especially in the corners. Gas open up to 2.6 seconds. But I think this is where it's going to close back down. Oh, Sinful, easy now. Struggling to pass at Sky. Here's Seiren. Getting closer and closer, the gap's closed down. Sakura absolutely using the Sector 3 to great effect though. And here's Sakura though, she's gonna try again against Sinful, but let's see if she's close enough. We're gonna go on board here. Let me see, Saki Sakura now currently in 4th place, now 1.6 seconds behind, continuing to absolutely gain on Seiren. And while this is not the place where she might be gaining the first sector, on the 2nd and 3rd, this is where the great equalizer comes. And you can see here the gap just keep on closing. You just wonder what's gonna happen next to Sakura. Salman on the other hand stays in 9th. Michael Turner 7th. The hometown driver is gonna be set to finish 7th. Olgor and Turner are now currently on a brawl between each other. Gibbons is also not finding time. Jay Martinez is also not finding time as well. Just one mistake and that will be the end of his race. And Johan Sinful now clears. Is going to attempt to clear at Sky. At Sky still gonna go down the inside of Sinful. Will Sky be able to make it to the outside line? Oh, there's almost a rollover by Sinful. There's contact between Sinful and at Sky. And that's going to open the door for Seiren to make her move. Sinful now has damage. And now battle for second is gonna be on. With just about 5 laps to go. We're at 6 laps to go, but we're gonna be seeing how this works here. Siren now very, very close though against Sinful. Sinful might need to try again. But it's now Misaki Sakura down the inside with a great straight line speed on that NSX. And it's gonna be Sakura up in 3rd place. 2nd place is on the cards though. The Lexus aren't known for straight line speed, but the Nissan and soon enough Honda is going to be. Sakura is currently rubbing her palms very aggressively on this chance to make amends for the first 2 races that she's had. All she needs is second for her to get into the top 5. After what has been a lackluster first 2 races of qualifiers, Sakura is now turning up the style when she needs to. She's taking a move down the inside already. That's when you know she's already rehearsing for the big time. And this is very good. Sakura is actually peeking down the inside of Sinful. Sinful is almost now under pressure. But of course, there's also going to be the return question though. What about at Sky? You can see the bottom right of your screen, the radar just shows you how much Sakura is closing in. And Siren though is keeping Sakura honest though. In the corners, that Ferrari is very, very good. Not this time though for Sakura, as she is gonna still try to find something against Sinful while also trying to defend against Siren, who also wants that podium finish. She wants her first podium in aero competitions. Martinez now losing a good amount of time though. You just wonder though, are there actually punches inside of Corsa? That's a big question. You can see a Sinful now struggling to get closer and closer to. Oh, yeah, he might actually go for an late apex though. Sakura in 5 laps to go. She's now losing touch to Sakura just a bit. Sakura just needs a very good exit off of that second hairpin corner, but she doesn't need to go for too long as Festival Luna revised itself with a move from Misaki Sakura down the inside at the second hairpin now into the roller coaster straight. Sakura is going to try to hang on. She's gone wide, but she's still hanging on. Down the inside goes Sakura. Needs to take it easy on the curb. Sinful! Almost flipping the car. Trying to defend for all he can. Sakura is not going to give this up though. She still has the better tires. She has the faster car. All she needs is to deliver it. Lap 41 for them. Jay Martinez, meanwhile, is just cruising to what has been a pretty decent race so far, but it's not going to be for long though. Here comes Sakura down the inside of Johan Sinful for 2nd place. So it looks to me that I think we have a bit of news though. Jake Martinez is currently under investigation. For unapproved adjustments to the car. So Jake Martinez is. So right now we are seeing mumbling from the race stewards that they will check Martinez's car, and I think they are going to decide on whether or not Martinez is actually going to be facing a heavy penalty, maybe disqualification. They're going to do some checks though. It looks to me that they have completed the checks and there's going to be no problems with Martinez's car. So Martinez will be good for the win. Sorry for that scare. But anyways, Sakura has about a few chances left though. 3 chances left to try to make something happen against Sinful. Martinez having a very great race though so far. Having a slight scare from the stewards. But right now, Martinez is going to be set to win his first race in Hololive GT3. His first race for Ao. Rico also his first win of the season too. Sinful, meanwhile, is still finding something against Ed Sky. Sakura, meanwhile, is having a bit of some problems herself. The gap's now opened up to 9/10 of a second. Lap 42 has just started for them. Lap 42 of the Autopolis 400 Split A race. And right now, Sakura is becoming very relentless, though. She's going to go down the inside, possibly right here. Not close enough, though. She's going to have to bide her time. Sinful being very slow on that first hairpin corner. And now it's going to open the door for Sakura to get closer and closer once again. You gotta go on board to see how it goes though. Her tires are almost gonna be pretty shot though. Already faster by a decent amount. Oh, a bit of a dive bomb down the inside possibly, but it's not gonna be the case. But she does gain speed, some corner exit speed. Penultimate lap has just started for Jake Martinez. And right now we are seeing some pretty interesting questions that is going to be asked though. Does Sakura have enough time and tires left on that car? Sakura wants to believe. This is where Sakura might just be able to close down once again. You see how much Sakura has closed down. She just did a great exit from the first corner. And she has a very great exit though from turn 1. She is gonna see if she can make a move down the inside to turn 2 or turn 3. Still not good enough though. Johan Sinful still causing. Oh, he's gonna go a bit wide there. Sakura is going to be preying on that chance. As you can see, the Lexus car is very, very good on that corner. Sakura is just understeered just a bit. Oh, Sinful gets very close there to Ed Sky. Ed Sky is being intimidated. The final lap has just started for Jake Martinez though. Would be pretty funny though if suddenly Tomoyuki Aki decides to make her move against Jake Martinez. Here's Sinful, here's Sakura. Sinful with an amazing defensive run. He has done that. That's not the first time he's done that. Siri on the other hand is going to go and try to attack Sakura in all of this. Oh, and Sakura is slowing down just a bit at turn 17. That's not going to look good for her podium aspirations here in Hololive GT3 as they're about to start their final lap. We are going to be paying attention on where Jake Martinez is right now. Sakura just needs a very good exit off of turn 1. It's only 0.4 of a second this time, but the rate of closure is not enough. As it stands right now, Sinful will be in second place. Sakura's not giving up though. Oh, and that's very tight there for Sinful. But for Jake Martinez, though, pole to a race win with a 50-second gap. The master artist, who is also an idol singer for Regloss, leading the way, is Jake Martinez out of the final corner, giving Regloss their first win of the season and their first win under their new cars. Jake Martinez is the winner of the Autopolis 400 Split A race. And we are going to be seeing Misaki Sakura, and it's not going to be enough for Sakura. She will have to be consigned to third, but it's not going to be over just yet. Maybe, just maybe, there's going to be a slight mistake from Sinful. Sinful's gone off wide. And Seirin is also going to be looking for something against Sakura for this battle for second place. There may not be a lot of overtakes right at the end, but it's been a very, very tight affair for these drivers. As you see, Johan Sinful about to cross the line to grab his first podium of the season. It's gonna be a photo finish. 1/800ths of a second between Sinful and Sakura. They gave it everything they could. What a photo finish from Johan Sinful to stay ahead of Sakura. Seirin has to be consigned with 4 once again. Gibbons 5th, Olgor 6th, Turner 7th, Sean Pauly 8th, Salaman 9th, Rohan 10th. Next driver to cross the line will be Kizuhara Leo, who will be finishing 11th. Sobyong in 3rd, Grant 13th, Kaminariba 14th, and Tara 15th. We're just going to confirm that now. What a race. So anyways, let's take a look into the race results. Jake Martinez is your winner here in Autopolis, in the Autopolis 400 Split A race. Congratulations to him for his first win. Johan Sinful survives an onslaught from Misaki Sakura to get himself second place, and with that he will accelerate even higher into Crashio's gap. Misaki Sakura, with a great race regardless, will place herself into the CO Series spots. There are your point finishers though. Seirin on that Ferrari has tried her best as well. Gets her second 4th place finish for Seirin. And then Callum Gibbons, a great result for him. He will now elevate himself higher into CO Series qualification. And then we have Rem Olgor 6 for Ozarasbar, not the race that he's been looking for, but at the very least he is closing in onto Crashio's gap. Michael Turner 7 for Shirogari Noel in essentially Noel's fall home race. 8th place Sean Pauly for Inogami Korone. And then we have 9 Crystal Salaman for Askeem, which is hardly the result that he wants, as he's still in the Zako spots. Jeff Rohan 10 for Tokoyami Toa, just wanted to check on here. And then 11th place will be Kizuhara Leo, as qualification for the CO Series is going to be even bleaker by the minute. Sobyong Eun drops into 12th in that showing flight number 20, but at the very least the tiebreaker is broken. 13th place will be Alex Grant for essentially You Can't Allow Me. 14th is going to be Kaminari Riba, actually. Just wanted to check here, and then Antaro is going to be your last place driver. Just wanted to confirm the results here and there. So only 2 Nissans get to score points though, although Sky was actually pretty up there. So it's not a great race for Team Nissan right now, as they need to lick their wounds as they are about to head themselves into Fuji. Only 1 incident to report actually, and that is actually at Sky. So we are going to be taking a look to see how it looks for them. it's actually going to be very tight though. We will be checking onto what's going on here. So if you want to know what happened at Sky, so here's what happened though. It was a side-by-side battle with Count Gibbons. So here is a replay shot. Oh, you saw there's a contact between Gibbons and Sky. That's where the damage comes from. And here's another example of the Nissan straddling the curbs here, and that sent at Sky spinning. And for good measure, he makes contact with Michael Turner too. So that's exactly what happened. So with that being said, we will be sharing every one of the essentially the championship standings right now, and we are going to be using the spreadsheets this time for more reliability. So here are your championship standings after 3 races. And of course, with Autopolis giving us our first different winner rather than Caracio, I mean, yeah, in the form of J. Martinez, that is, we are seeing an interesting shakeup here in the standings. Russell Caracio is now your still leads the standings, but the gap's now dropped down to 45 points. There's 200 points for a win. So for any driver that is Jake Martinez and for Michael Turner and lower, they are now out of split A title contention. But for the CEO Series title contention, it is still a very tight affair. Anyone can still qualify for the CEO Series, provided that the results go in their way. So you see Russell Caracio still hanging on to this lead, with Olgor second, with essentially still very good result though. He is still in charge. Johan Sinful also in the hunt as well, as he has a average finish of 5. This one he has an average finish of around 4.5. Sorashino has an average finish of 4th. Zeke Wimberly, after a bit of a blunder there, will send him down to 4th. Seiren for Otsunoshikade stays in 5th. Tomoyuki Aoki for Fubuki, or rather for Takami Luis in 6th. Sean Pauli 7th, and we have Jake Martinez now climbing himself into 8th. Michael Turner 9th. Misaki Sakura is in the tiebreaker spot right now. It will depend on the split B results to see if Sakura is able to qualify for the CO Series. But for all the drivers in the Zaku Series positions, here you go. We have Callan Gibbons, Ed Sky, Crystal Salman, Sobyang Un, Jeff Rohan, Kizuhara Leo, Alson Tarao, and Alex Grant. And also Kaminari Reba. So basically for these drivers, they really need a result. They really need a result though, if they want to get themselves into the CO Series. Meanwhile, for these drivers, they just need a very good result at Fuji. Oh, they really need a win though, in my opinion, if they want to put themselves into CO Series, into the CO Series spot. So with that being said, that should be all for today's stream. That has been a very entertaining race so far. And with that being said, we look forward to tomorrow's Split B race, where we will be saying goodbye to one of the few great Hololive members that we have had the pleasure of representing in aero competition, Sakamata Chloe. Of course, the race will be tomorrow. Hope everyone should be able to stay tuned to the conclusion of Sakamata Chloe's time in Hololive, as well as Ryu's emotional race coming up, which is the representative drive for Sakamata Chloe. With that being said, we'll see you tomorrow for the Split B race. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Split B race.